Wilton Art strives to bring public art to the City of Wilton Manors, to enliven the city, to bring culture to the city and its residents. Our tagline is art out of the box.
We wanted to really focus in on creating culture, building that sense of place for downtown, and realizing that a missing component was public art.
The evolution of Wilton Art started with one project, which was the art sign .2018 project. We identified quotes that would possibly stop people and make people think and make people wonder.
Everybody would see these signs in their yards and say, hey, what's that? Ask around, people would find the answer. We have our website on the signs themselves.
Up in the Air 2020 was a project that came into conceptualization over a year and a half ago. We engaged with Spenser Little, the artist, and talked to him about what our vision was, and he was interested.
What I'm primarily known for is taking thin gauge malleable metal. This is just a regular raw steel, and I just bend it and manipulate it using certain tools. Depending on the gauge, sometimes if I'm using thicker gauge bars or heavier steel, I'll heat that up to increase the malleability for manipulation.
Looking at his pieces, he had this sort of cheeky sense of humor that was fun and funky for Wilton Manors, which has just a broad, diverse community.
I was always intrigued with his meticulous use of sculpture and how he really utilizes what he's been described of as a wire magician to make it not just a sculpture, but sort of come alive and incite you, intrigue you, and really question what's going on and what it's doing.
He and I discussed ways that I could build them out of more substantial gauges of metal and mount them onto existing light structures.
We received a fabulous grant from PNC Arts Alive for the Up in the Air 2020 project, which allowed us to expand the number of pieces in the show and bring the artist here, the installation.
What interested us most about the Wilton Art proposal was the wire sculptures that we were able to see that Spenser Little had done in other communities. We really liked the concept of the art in public places, the access that it's open to the public.
Spenser Little actually drove the pieces out himself from Southern California and installed them on the light poles.
We stacked the sculptures in 3 different vehicles and drove around the drive just matching sculpture to pole. The only ones that I thought should be site-specific were the nature ones. Of course, there's a manatee, so I wanted it by the water. And then there's the one about with the birds, so I wanted it by the garden sanctuary where the birds come. But then I realized the more cheeky ones had to be going by certain bars just to have the interaction with bar goers, because they were definitely meant to interact with certain establishments.
For me personally, it is rewarding to see and work with, first of all, a group from Wilton Art that's just tremendously talented, that always wants to get things done.
It's just exciting to see the projects come through to fruition.
If it incites one person to follow a dream of art, that's what's the rewarding part.